Google introducing more and more keywordless ad formats, which is changing the way that we manage ads. So I've set up this test account here with both a Google and a Microsoft account inside of it, which effectively lets us manage multi-channel. So all of the tools I'm going to demo today work across Microsoft as well. So I'm going to dive in and show you the search terms. So effectively what we do is we pull the data in from Google and Microsoft into the platform, and that includes PMax as well. So we're pulling in all of the search terms into one platform where we can review them. And one of the challenges when you review an in-platform is it's easy to lose off where you got to. And also if you work in collaboratively with another team member, it's hard to know what each person's reviewing and where you got up to. And people have tried to solve this with scripts and different things. But what we find is that it's just easier having a unified platform. From day one, everyone gets onboarded to this system, which means that everyone's working on the same tool and we can collaboratively work together on it. So effectively what happens is as we review the search terms, there's updates across everyone's access to the system. So it means that we're not duplicating workload and we can work together collaboratively to make sure that we're heading in the right direction. So what the idea is, we pull this data in and then we can review it. So it's not just about excluding information, it's about having an awareness of what we're showing an ad for and whether that's a good or a bad idea. And then beyond that, it's about finding new opportunities. So what Keywordless is really good at is going after the keywords which you maybe wouldn't have thought of. So what we do is we harvest that information and then we can turn that into potentially another dedicated campaign, test that and see if that can perform sustainably long term. So one of the challenges you have when you're doing a search term review on large ad accounts, which are maybe serving for hundreds of thousands or if not more terms a month, you end up with a challenge of having to work through loads of data, and often that data you've already actually probably reviewed previously. So what this allows us to do is mark whether it's good or bad at an ad group level, and then the system can remember that and only present the differences effectively. So we can see shifts, we can see what being targeted, which hasn't been before, and we can make better decisions effectively. So we came up with two simple tools to help us tackle this. So we can first of all just see the terms, and the system analyzes these, so puts a green dot next to it if it thinks it's going to be okay, orange if it's not too sure, and red if it thinks we should potentially be excluding it. And it bases this on what we originally set out to target effectively. And what we can do is, if we decide we don't want to show something, is we can reject the keyword. So if I click this, I go into an interface where I can see what the keyword targeting was set to, and I can decide what I want to exclude. So I can click this and it'll start to build the keyword for me. And if I want to exclude a larger part, I can click that and I can build out exactly how I want to add it as a negative and where I want to add it in the ad platform. And then if I just come out of here, and once you press that button, of course, it automatically pushes through to the ad platform. So you don't have to do the manual step. It goes via the API and automatically does all the work for you. So I can also approve a keyword as well. That's where I just said that I'm happy with it. So if I go into search terms, I can see here that it's now actually grouped them by theme. So our system analyzes it, groups them by theme, which makes it a bit easier to manage large accounts in a bulk effectively. And these tools work together. So if I review it on one screen, I can mix and match between the two. And effectively, I'm just trying to work through all the search terms in whatever I feel most comfortable doing. But if I click gym shorts, for example, so you'll see that this gives me a slightly different screen, and I can create an engram now. So I can basically decide how I want to exclude the bad and how I want to keep the good effectively. So I'll create a unique combo of what I think needs to be excluded. And then once again, I can decide where that gets applied to. And then if I suppress submit at the bottom, that'll get pushed through to the ad platform. So effectively, we're getting really good awareness on what we're targeting, how it's changing. And then not only this, the system behind the scenes is actually just monitoring trends over time as well. So because we're syncing all this data in, we know the exact campaign structure, the ad key, the keyword target, and if there is any, and we know if there's not, we know the exact search terms. We have all the information to monitor trends over time, and then our system's able to generate alerts alongside all of the other alerts we generate to signal to us if we're evolving in what we're targeting. And that could be good. It could be that the market is changing, the seasons are changing, but it could be bad as well. We just need to be aware of that, and then we can build that into the strategy instead of just letting Google's AI take us down a path which is maybe in the wrong direction. And that's not to say that we're not a fan of Google's AI. It's really good, and it's only got better over the last few years. But what we need to make sure is that we're not just leaving it to do its thing. We need to make sure that it has some guidance, it has some we have some awareness on what it's doing to make sure that we're able to make changes if we need to effectively. So ad management is evolving, but I think there's a lot of opportunities to still get more out of the platforms.